Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel, The Creative Book Shack. I'm Debs. Today I'm going to do the next prompt in the hashtag FFF 2026, which is Finding the Fun in February, that's organised by Candy at Candy's Crafty Creations and Hazel at Art with Hazel. The prompt today, and this is prompt 3 of 12. The prompt today is flowers, and it said interpret it any way you want, from hippie to botanical. I thought I'd do both. Now, before you think, oh no, this is going to be a hugely long video, I've actually done a load of prep. So I'm also going to be using the hashtag using what I own, because that's my mission for this year. So I found this paper. Pretty flowers one side, sort of woodenish on the other side. And I folded it, that's 15 across, so both of these are 7.5. I'm going to put some things in there, but I'll show you that in a minute. I have some, what do I have with me today? I have scissors, I have a scalpel, I have some ink, glue, all the things, all the usual things. So, first of all, I'm going to show you. I took this piece, I folded it so they met in the centre. Now, what I'm trying to achieve here is it looking like it's a garden gate and you open it to a field full of flowers and butterflies. That's the aim. So on here, I have measured out a gate-ish. It's sort of a gate. And I've done it in a very soft pencil so it'll rub away easily. The shaded bits, or the bits with scribbles in, are the bits I want to cut out. So let us start by doing that. I want the gate to be vaguely arched, but I do still want it to meet in the middle. So these bits I literally drew by eye. I think the easiest way to cut these out, let's get rid of my glue sheet for a while, is to use a small ruler, which I have here, and a scalpel. So I'm going to go down that line to there, down that line to there, you can have these as wide or as narrow as you'd like. Turn that round, then we'll go across there, and across there, and across both of those. Put those out of the way, and this one I'm just going to go round the curve with these tiny scissors. Right, so that's one side. We'll do the same with the other side. And then turn it round. Do those bottom bits. Do those top bits. Now, many of you might have, I don't know. Ooh, nearly. Many of you might have either a die cut that you can do a gate or something to that effect. And take the little scissors and just cut, oops, in a curve round to there. And then what we have is that. Okay, next I wish to remove the pencil marks gently without tearing my gate. That's that one, mostly. That's that one. And that's that one. Give that a shake. And that's what we have. I think I need to ink that. So, I'm going for the old favourite. I'm going for the ground espresso. Just going to go around the edges. Like that. And like that. Right, on the inside of this, I want to put some pockets. Now, I'm going to put the pockets that way round, because if I put, so they'll be that way round like that. So that through the gaps, these will be showing. Also, I want to put a sort of closure on. and I want this to cover up where I'm going to put the closure. Oh no, I changed my mind about the closure. That's fine. I am going to ink these, but I'm going to ink on that side. I came up with a different idea for the closure. I've been clearing today because I'm still doing, in fact, I think it's going to be a constant process. This Find My Floor, Wheel Craft Rooms being tidied. I've had such fun organising and sorting out through all sorts of things. I found things I didn't know I had. All sorts of interesting things I didn't know I had. I might actually do a video on things I found that I didn't know I had. Right, so I am going to stick these there and there. Yes. Glue mat. I want the glue mat back. There we go. So I'm just going to go down, obviously, 2 sides. This I measured so it would be, the gates themselves are 7.5 centimetres, like I said. So I made these ones 7 wide, and just the height was just the height of the paper that I had. So that's the first one. And yes, I am gluing the flower side. Glue along the bottom. Glue up the side. And this is just going on that side like that. I also, with some more of this paper, this offcut, cut a pocket. I've rounded the corners. I got my flower hole stamp and just cut out some flowers with the punch and stuck some tracing paper on the back. So we shall ink these up. Where's my lid? There's my lid. Put that in there like that. That is going to go that way round, and I cut this at 14.5 centimetres. I want it to blend in because it will be visible through this gate. So I'm inking down both sides, across the bottom, and then I am going to, where's the folds, put that in there like that. Now I'm going to need a closure for this. Oh, I've also got these. How many of them are there? There should be 4, but I only appear to have 3. Not to worry, we'll just use 3. These are the flowers that I cut out from that bit. I'm just going to dab a bit of glue in the middle, stick 1 on there, and stick 2 on these, I suppose, as I can only find 3 of them. I obviously pinged the other one somewhere, so that can go a bit high really, it's overlapping. Let's see if we can drag it down. There we go. That's on there. Right, finally, I'm not going to fill this up today. I'll do that maybe over the weekend. Finally, I found some little wooden hearts. Flowers. I'm going to put those on here as a closure. I also found a little key and this is some sort of jewellery wire. I think that's going to be possibly a bit long. I'm going to cut a small bit off. Right, what I want to do with this, I want to put some glue in the middle and I want this under there. I think that's still too long. Right. That is going to spring about. So I shall I'm going to get a tiny bit of masking tape. I'm going to wind that round like that. And I'm just going to go over it. So it doesn't ping about. That also makes it easier for me to glue it onto there. So I'm just going to put a bit of this glue. I am going to put some of this glue. There we go. In the middle. I'm going to stick that on there. Then I'm going to put more glue. I've put quite a lot of glue on this. It might squidge. I'm going to stick it on there. And I'm just going to clip it into place like that. Hopefully that will hold. Then that is there. This needs to be about there. I'm going to stick that there. Okay. And then you will close it. I'm holding these in place because they're still not properly dry, by going under there and under these, she says. There we go, like that, and that will keep it closed. But for the moment, these need to stick properly before I show you what they're doing. So I will just move that down slightly, put the clip back on that one, and also put a clip on that one. Right, let's move that to one side and move on to some flower power, shall we? As I was going through drawers of paper and random stuff and trying to sort it out, I took a carrier bag of stuff down to the charity shop. I found this. Now this is retro flower power stuff. I've never really known what to do with it, but it's all coordinating. I don't tend to buy pads anymore, but one of the joys of buying them is that the papers in there all coordinate. So let's move that out of the way, and I will show you. I'm going to take that off. I will show you what I have done so far. Again, paper, scissors, glue, pens, a pencil, all the normal stuff. To start with, I have cut a bit of this funky stuff. I really like that. What I want to do is I want to try and make it look like a cork board. So I've cut 4 strips of wood effect. It was actually quite grey, so I went over it with some tea dye. And I am now going to stick that on there. So we will start with, what glue shall we use? I suppose we ought to use this, really. I'm just going to glue. Come out, wherever you are. Right, here we go. I'm going to glue along here. I'm not quite sure how long it is, so I'll glue all the way along. We will start this side, and I'll get it as close to straight as I can, although straight isn't my forte. Okay, I'm then going to flip it round. I'm going to get another bit. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to take that. I'm going to line it up there. I'm going to wipe that messy bit off. I'm going to slide it into place. And on the other side, I am just going to cut these bits off. I was so lucky to find this paper. If you're going to go hippie chic, you might as well go hippie chic. Right, final 2. Is that going to go across that twice? Of course it's not. So this I am just going to glue across there like that. And then finally this one is going to go across there like that. And this, ooh, is not straight. Can I move it now? Yeah, just about. Right, this is my cork board. I'm just going to trim that. I'm going to trim that. Right. The reason I have this soft pencil is because I want to put some shadow along the edges of this. So this is a very soft 4B pencil because they smudge better. I don't want too much of it. I just want there to be a bit of shadow. It will just make the frame look as though it's standing out. Now, because that's scrappy and very messy, I'm just going to go over it with my finger, blur it in a bit. And that will just give me a bit of depth to my frame. Right, next, another thing that I found whilst sorting was this lovely stencil. Now, I reckon a few of those look a bit hippie chic. So I am going to take some black ink and we're going to put some nice little I should have done this with washi tape. We're going to put some nice little shadows of some 60s, 70s girl. We'll have her down there. I also quite like that one. We shall put her there. Like that. The other one I like is this one, but I don't like her pigtails. So I'm going to cover them up with some absolutely tiny bits of washi tape. So I don't want that bit. And I don't want that bit. Okay. And her, we are going to put here. Some sort of breaking news alert, which means, yeah, that works. Okay, end of stencil, no more stencil. Let's put that away. Okay, next, I cut the worst flower. Look at this flower. I cut the worst flower out of some more paper that was from that pad. What I now want to do is move that to one side. Let's get Posca pen. I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to even be straight. Okay, I'm just gonna put some outlines on this. Because I fancy it. What's everybody up to at the weekend? Hope you're doing something fun. It has rained and rained here. Places are getting flooded. Not here, we're up on a hill. But there are places getting flooded, which is not good. I'm going to do the same with this one. Just go round the outside like that. Because I've got no intention of inking these ones. Oops, smudging it. Try not to smudge it. Now I'm just going to put one up there. Oh, look at that. Oh well. Embrace the imperfections. Right. Go on. Okay, and then I am this one. Just want this to stand out slightly, so I'm just going to ink it around the edges. Flower power. Right, now I'm going to stick it together. Let's get rid of that. So, I want this mainly to cover up the gaps. So, I'm going to put it there. I want that in the middle-ish. So I'm going to glue that. Stick that there. And then there's the glue. I'll use this glue on this one. I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick it down there like that. There is my big flower. This is going on here about there, I think. Yes. I am going to glue the ends of the flowers up to about there, because I'm going to put things in here. It's a sort of pseudo pocket, so all of these are going to be glued up to there, I think I said, didn't I? That is now going to go just there, like that. In that pad there were little squares of things, so I've just cut out a few. Sunshine, choose happy, and the best things in life are free. And these I'm just going to stuff in there like that. Now there's just another couple of things I have that I want to stick on here. I think we'll put a peace sign there. This one I think I'm going to ink in ground espresso. Oh, I made my first purchase of the year this week. This ground espresso is getting a bit sad, so I purchased another one which arrived yesterday. Doesn't actually look as though it's the same colour, does it? But never mind. This one I will also do in this. Then I am going to get a pokey tool. There's one up there. I want to stick that there. I'm going to put a hole through it like that. I'm going to get one of these tiny little brads, and like I say, I'm going to make it look like a corkboard. I can't get that open. You going to open? Oh, worst use of brads ever. There we go. You go that way. You go that way. Let's stick a bit of that over there, just in case. Okay, and then should we put that one up there? Let's put that one up there. Oh, oh, the hole's bigger than the brad is now. Oh no, I can just about get away with that, I think. Please open easier than the last one did. Oh, there we go. Okay. Stick that over there. So, there is my flower power hippie chic with a little pocket that has things in. The best things in life are free. Choose happy, sunshine. That can go in there. I am going to take this, which is my sort of mixed media glue book thing, and I am going to stick it in there. Oh, all the things fell out. Don't tip it upside down, otherwise all the things will fall out. I'm going to go all over the place with this. And I'm going to go around the edges. With that. I quite like that. I think that's quite funky. Oh, let's put the things back in here. Hello, sunshine. That one's meant to be stuck as well. Choose happy. And there we go. There is my flower power. Let's see if these have stuck. Hopefully they have. And there is my botanical. You're going to go under there? Yeah. Yeah, you can go on under there. There's the key. Or we can unlock it. I do need to put some things in here. And through the gate we have a field of flowers. So, thank you, Candy. Thank you, Hazel. Loving this challenge. It's making me do things I wouldn't normally do, which is fabulous, because you do tend, sometimes you can just get stuck in a rut, can't you, and just continue doing the things that you've done for ages. That's it from me for today. I will speak to you very soon. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.